Hello and welcome back to another episode of Radical Disruption. This is part three of a four-part series looking at successful businesses and taking the techniques that have made them so successful and learning how we can apply it to our businesses as online business owners. In part one, I talked about IKEA. In part two, I talked about Amazon. And in this part three, I'm going to be talking about Apple. What is the Apple effect? It is making things work together, creating a seamless user experience across your digital products. So just as Apple has developed an ecosystem where all of the devices work seamlessly together, you want to aim to create a cohesive experience for your customers in your business. So for digital products, this could mean offering complimentary courses, aka something that's like a cross sell. I'll dive into that more in just a second. Ebooks or services that integrate well together, encouraging your customers to purchase more within your ecosystem, aka your offer suite. And that's going to create customer loyalty and repeat customers. And like I talked about in part two, repeat customers are vital for the success of a business. And I would say also the health of a business. I can tell if you're going to be able to build in a sustainable way based off of if you have repeat customers coming in. If people aren't coming back, you will always be on the hamster wheel of having to find more and more customers, right? So let's talk about how you can keep people inside of your business and how you can make your offers and the different areas of your business work together. So a few ways to implement the Apple effect into your business. I actually have four ways. The number one way, or not necessarily in any certain order, but number one is the offer suite strategy. So if you have an offer suite, meaning that you have a menu of offers, like think about when you go to a restaurant. In that restaurant, there are different price points of different meals, right? And so that is very similar to how you want to think about your offers in your business, right? So you're going to have different price points of different offers. Now, with offer suite strategy, I want you to think about it like a pyramid. If you think about a pyramid, at the very bottom of the pyramid, that is where the widest section is going to be, right? And that's going to be your freebies. So the most amount of people in your world, aka your customers, are going to join from a freebie. Then as you move up, you have your low ticket. These are low cost offers. Then you have your mid ticket, and then you have your high ticket. So your low ticket is where the most amount of people are generally going to be purchasing from you when it comes to actually like a offer that has a price point on it. Then as you move up the offer suite, all the way up to your high ticket, it's going to be a high cost offer, but there are less people who are purchasing from you. And that's okay because of the way that the offer suite is structured, where the offer is a higher cost to offset the fact that there's going to be a lower amount of people who are purchasing from you. So thinking about in that pyramid structure where you have your free, you have your low, you have your mid, and then you have your high. And that just meaning like low ticket, low cost, mid ticket, mid cost, high ticket, high cost. And so as you're thinking about the offer suite, it's not just having offers at different price points though. If you anyone can create offers at different price points, but how you can actually implement the Apple effect into your business, meaning that you have offers that work together, is by making sure that when you go about creating these offers, they flow into one another. Meaning that if someone purchases a low ticket offer from you, it makes sense for them to also then purchase a mid-ticket offer from you. And maybe if they purchase a mid-ticket, maybe they purchase another mid-ticket, and then they purchase a high-ticket. And not everyone is going to go through every single one of your offers. But does it make sense for someone to go from one offer to another? Or do you just have all these random offers that are on random topics that don't flow from one another? Now, an example of this, and this is just how my offer suite is in terms of like different offer topics, but an example of what I mean by flow is inside of the online blueprint, I teach about offer creation. Okay, after you learn about offer creation, what are you going to need to learn next? You're going to need to learn how to launch your offer. So inside of the launch bundle, I teach you how to launch your offer. Once you've launched your offer, you're going to need to learn how to sell that offer day to day, because launch strategy versus day-to-day selling strategy is a different strategy. So then you might join into stories that sell, which is another offer. After you are learning how to sell on a day-to-day basis, you have launched a few offers. You're going to want to learn how to scale your business, which is where scalability comes in, right? So there's like this flow. Now, all those are different topics. If you don't have different offers that are different topics, let's just say that you're like super niched into just one topic. Let's just say that you only have offer creation. Okay, in offer creation though, there's still a whole bunch of different things that you could create offers on that flow from one another, right? You could have a masterclass on how to come up with catchy names for your offer. Once someone has named their offer, then they're going to need to learn how to actually create like the meat of their offer, right? Like what is going inside of that offer? How are they creating training? So you might have another offer that goes through that. Then you might have another masterclass that talks about how to create, let's just say, like post-purchase sequences. So once someone purchases from you, how to set up like a welcome email, check-in emails, feedback emails. Like you could have another class after that. And so you can see how there's stepping stones still through that. And you might have different offers that flow from one another in that sense too. So that's what I mean by having offers that flow from one another. And when you look at your offer suite, it's not just having offers at different price points, but really making sure that the offers that you have at these different price points, it makes sense for someone to then purchase another offer from you. Number two of how you can implement the Apple effect into your online business is selling on the back end. Now, what does selling on the back end mean? This means that once someone has purchased one of your offers, what's next for them? So at the end of the offer, you don't just leave people hanging. You're not just like, hey, you purchased the offer, great. But it's like, what is next after that person has purchased that offer? So maybe they purchased a course from you. You have a student inside of a course. After that person has gone through that course, what is next? Now, this is where that offer flow comes in, right? So if they've gone through that course, you need to have a good next stepping stone for them in terms of an offer. Maybe it's going into a program, like a 6-week program that you have. Maybe it's going into one-on-one coaching. Maybe it's going into another course that you have. Maybe it's purchasing an ebook. Like it doesn't matter necessarily the exact offer, but if the topic needs to make sense, right? So once you've learned XYZ inside of this course, you might be asking yourself, what about this? And that's where this next offer comes in. And so thinking of it, you've seen those types of suggestions pop up at like checkout pages where you might also like this. And you're like, oh, actually, yeah, I do like that. Let me add that onto my purchase. So it's similar in that sense of you might also like this one, but we're offering it on the back end instead of on the front end. So instead of at checkout for someone to purchase, we're offering this opportunity for people to continue their journey with us because our offers flow from one another. And it's going to be a no-brainer because our offers do flow. It's not just going to be this random offer where we're like, hey, here's this other random course that you can purchase on this other topic. And they're like looking at it, okay, I'm not going to purchase that. Or there might be a few people who purchase it. Most people are going to be like, oh, I don't need that, right? It's going to be a natural next stepping stone, a natural progression from the offer that they're inside. Now, number 3, though, is where we're going to present an offer on the front end, aka at checkout, which is creating cross sells. Now, cross sells are where we're going to add a complimentary offer that people can add on, meaning that, let me just give an example. Actually, this will make more sense. If you have an offer that is a photography course, you could create an advanced editing like masterclass as a complimentary product, aka a cross sell that people can then add on at checkout. So when people are on that checkout page, they're going to see an option of, hey, add on this advanced editing masterclass. So they're going to be like, oh yeah, that makes sense, because if I'm purchasing a course on photography that's going to teach me how to take really great pictures, I probably also would want to learn how to edit those pictures. And maybe it's not an advanced editing masterclass, maybe it's a basics editing masterclass. And then maybe on the back end of that basics editing masterclass, you sell an advanced editing masterclass. You know what I'm saying? So like you can see how this is all starting to flow from one another. It's not just, hey, I'm going to go out and just create this offer, and then I'm going to go out and create another offer. It's okay, if I create this offer and this offer, is there a way for these two things to be combined, not necessarily combined together, but can they flow from one another? And it's not going to make sense for every single one of your offers to flow from one another. That's totally fine. Like I have offers where it doesn't make sense for you to go from one offer to the next offer. That being said, though, I go into every offer that I create with the intention of looking at it from the big picture view of my offer suite of like different price points, and then making sure that I do have offers that flow from one another. And if I don't have offers that flow from one another, then that's going to probably be the next offer that I create. And so maybe I have this photography course and I'm like, hey, I actually don't have a good offer that is like a cross sell or that I can sell on the back end of this photography course. Then I'm going to think to myself, okay, maybe I need to create an offer that does, right? So then I'm getting really strategic about the next offer I create. It's not just, oh, let me go out and create any other offer. I'm like, okay, what would be a good next stepping stone? You know what I'm saying? And so now instead of you just like I don't want to say mindlessly, sorry. bad word choice there. Instead of you just throwing out offers just to throw out offers, it's like throwing out offers in a way that's like going to create so much more passive income for you and your business and reoccurring customer purchases because your offers flow from one another, and your offers are basically selling. One offer is selling people into the next offer and into the next offer versus you having to sell people into this offer and then sell people into this other offer over here and then to sell people into this other offer. It's once someone is like in your world, once they purchase from you one time, you should have a system where people are coming back and purchasing other offers from you, right? And that's where people are going to stay in your ecosystem because you have these offers that seamlessly work together. Okay, number 4, and lastly, how you can implement the Apple effect into your business is you can bundle offers that go well together. And so if you think about Apple, you might go to the Apple store and they're like, hey, you want to add on a phone and get an iPad? Or do you want to get a laptop and then you can also add on an iPad? Like it makes sense for those offer or in their sense, products to be bundled together. So do you have any offers in your business that make sense to be bundled together? Like for example, where I was talking about the online blueprint, the launch bundle, stories that sell, and scalability, like I could create a bundle of those where it's like the ultimate business package from offer creation to scaling. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you need to sell that all the time, but that could even be something where it's like a limited time offer that you bring up every once in a while where people are able to get to their dream outcome or result quicker and maybe at a more discounted price point because you are offering that bundle versus them having to purchase those offers separately. And also too, when you do offer that bundle, something else that I'm just now thinking about that's unique about offering a bundle is when you offer that bundle, whether it's a limited time offer or something that's permanent in your business, people will see, oh, it makes sense for those offers to go together. Instead of it being like, oh, I see these offers as separate individual things, it's, oh, I see this bundle. She's bundled or he's bundled these offers together. So they must flow together. And so whether or not they purchase that bundle, if they just purchase one of the offers that's inside of that bundle, they're going to be thinking about, oh, I probably have another offer that would make sense for me to join into because they've seen the bundle. Hopefully that makes sense. So again, Apple is making things work together. So how do your offers work together? And the more that they work together, the easier it's going to be for you to get repeat customers in your business, and the easier it's going to be for you to have your offers basically selling themselves once someone's sold into one of your offers. All right, I hope that was super helpful. I want you to really think about your offer suite and how your offers flow from one another. I want you to think about how you can sell on the back end of every single one of your offers. Is there a next step for people once they've gone through that offer? I want you to think about how you can add on a complimentary offer at checkout that makes sense for people to add on. And I also want you to think about if it makes sense for you to bundle any of your offers together. Now, stay tuned for part number 4 and the very last part of this series, which is going to be what you can learn from Red Bull.